Hello, people. What's going on? Easy. Something. I don't know if I could rotate this camera right quick. Yeah, so I'm eating. I don't want to catch nobody's license, but so basically, I'm stuck here right now in Riverside because of a train passing. There's some train tracks over there, and I just wanted to see if the Go Live feature works. So basically, um, a lot of crap, a lot of stuff going on. But I did want to say Riverside is awesome. I lived in Riverside for my first 2 years here in California and want to come back, and I will be coming back to Riverside. And if you're from New York or any other fast paced city, Riverside is a nice mix because it has a great downtown area. It's not too fast, not too slow. The houses are beautiful out here, right? Like this is the downtown area. Like even the little houses, but all of it is pretty awesome. Okay? So if you ever come to Riverside, Riverside is definitely a place to be. It's going up in price. And when I first got out here, the the demographics and other information was great on it. For different reasons, California and Riverside had the highest like growth in manufacturing and in like three other areas, right? Um, it was I think like number 8 on Forbes list, right? Um, on Fortune 500, one of those big magazines, maybe even Time. But it was up there. It's like one of the best places to live and one of the highest with growth, right? Um, it's funny when you come to a new place because the people from the state or from the place will tell you, "Oh, why move there? Riverside, freaking Meth City, all this other crap, right?" I can't believe this. I just was about to keep moving, and because the train had cleared out and some cars moved, and now another train is passing. So I'm gonna give you a quick look at some of the trains passing, right? For example, so you see the gates down. Just in case you didn't know, or if you traveling and happen to cross states with um, trains and stuff, you want to slow down whenever you're coming to a train track crossing, whether it's a train coming through or not. And then you also, um, I think there's a limit or something like 200 feet. I'm not sure. You want to keep 200 feet anyway from it. But here they have like all the way up to where the rails come down. Um, but some places you have to be further even away, if I'm not mistaken. But yep, look, you see all those trains? A lot of the product is or things are brought, in from the West Coast, like some of the things from overseas, and you see the big train companies there. You got Union Pacific, which is of course been huge for years. Um, I heard it's a great company to work for, a great pay, a great way to like work your way up. Um, and there's someone here that worked there very young and was getting very paid very well at a very young age there. I don't know if it's still the same, but it looks like that kind of business is not going anywhere. Look at the size of this train and all the stuff that they're bringing in. Okay, so yeah, Riverside is awesome. But it's just funny how the locals see things. When you live in a place for so long, they really don't have the same type of appreciation from someone who's like an outsider or visiting and stuff like that. So like, people who live next to Disneyland or grew up going to Disneyland, it's not a big thing. It's like me and Coney is like, okay, it's not a big thing, but it really is. It's a nice thing to have, and those kind of things build up communities, cities, and other things like that. Um, what I was gonna say, yeah, I've talked about Riverside before. I really like Riverside. Um, every place has its good and bad, Any place that you go to, pretty much, and that goes for any town, county, or whatever. Um, man, just a lot of things going on lately. A lot of things with work, family, life. Uh, my daughter graduated from kindergarten. It was an awesome thing to see. I was you know happy that I got to go and see her get her certificates and you know and play with her friends and take photos and get her like little yearbook thing made. Like some people, like talk bad about California, about like its education system, but my daughter's in a very, very good school, and um, I feel like the school system's even better out here. I don't remember anything in New York being the same as like it is out here. Even when my son was going to elementary school over here in Riverside, when we first got out here, like we were shocked at some of the things that they were teaching him. Like they teach these kids about counting. They do teach them about money very early on. And I'm not talking about like counting quarters. I'm talking about like they show them how to like open accounts, have a checking account, how to have credit cards. They do these things in their class where like everyone has an account and they can actually do business with each other. Each person has a different service that they can provide, and they make it a thing like a game or a thing where to see who I guess can accumulate the most wealth or business or at the end where they end up money wise. This is all like, but they don't use actual currency. They have their own kind of thing that they've made up to show them how the world works. And it's awesome. You gotta keep track of all of it. um, you know, it's different. And even in my daughter's school, it's amazing how much like hands-on things that they have. Like the kids, uh, instead of like going on field trips, which they do too, they actually have where her school is very agricultural town, so they will bring like animals for them to see and study and learn about. So if they're studying about horses, they will bring a horse to the school, like out in the field, and show them and sit them all down and tell them about like all the things that it takes to take care of them and how they're used, um, in economic capacity. Um, that to like studying of like different fruits and different types of animals, actually get to touch them and see them. They have like flat screens, touch screens, and I'm not talking about like cheap stuff. I'm talking about like Mac, like Apple. They have Apple computers and like Apple tablets, iPads and everything like that. And these kids know how to use them. And I know a lot of people don't. I was kind of the same way, but I know a lot of people don't say technology about like the dangers of too much electronics and all this other played a lot of video games. Was always exposed to electronics at a very early age because that's his generation. But we worked on it and we made sure that he had other things. It got really bad at one point. We've learned since it's something that he's not going to let go, we've also learned to encourage him. So he's also working on a lot of great things. So I'm most proud of him for making the next grade, another grade, and he's going to be going to college or a college this year to visit and stay at their dorms for like a week or so and like learn about college life and everything like that. I mean, I'm sure that New York has those options in other places. Don't to do that in every single district. I would say, going to dorms and stuff like that. But theirs was probably a whole nother process. Either the family was able to afford it, or a semi, or maybe scholarships and other things had allowed them or helped them to pay. Whatever the means is just different out here. And people can see that, and they don't also realize it. You know what I mean? And it's really great because there's plenty to do, and there's plenty of activities anywhere you go, pretty much in California. But you have to also take advantage of it and keep your children active, because if you don't keep them active, right, and you're working or whatever, then they're most likely to get bored or get into trouble or want to hang out with kids that are probably not doing anything good, right? And this has been biased to my wife and I, right? And I've noticed that pattern as well, right? So it's very good to keep your kids in activities so that they also have that experience and it helps to develop them, and so that they also get exposed to other people, other adults, and other children, right? Are that doing positive things and are into structure and into activities and into doing things. And it's also good that they hear it from other adults, right? The importance of structure, discipline, and certain things in their life. Like if you put your kid in karate, a lot of people put them in karate or martial arts so that they learn what, discipline, but not just any kind of discipline, but like self-discipline. You know what I mean? So there's a lot that you can get a child into, and it's hard sometimes if you don't have the means, but there's plenty of things that you can do. Or things that you can find. And that's another thing California has is there are some also free things if you can afford. And I'm just amazed because for me, I don't know, maybe because I was still somewhat of a new parent in New York and I didn't look for these things, but I just know that being out here, especially in the beginning when things were sometimes tight, to go find activities was hard. Right? Or to pay for activities, but you could find them. It's weird. Like, okay, I go to a lot of the county websites. Like, I'll go to riverside.gov calendar, right? And I'll go and find out what events are going on in the town. And a lot of times, there's a lot of free events that are going on. You know what I'm saying? Festivals, carnivals, music performances, art festivals, things like that. And it's a constant thing out here, and it's fantastic because it's an activity that the whole family could take in and get exposed to and learn something and still have fun on a very low budget. You know. Also, like with school, seeing flyers or like fundraiser kind of things where what they do is they'll put these up too sometimes on websites, Facebook, and then other sites too. I think some of the city sites as well. But if school's starting, they have these things where they will give out free book bags to all the kids, right? Um, but not just free book bags, like loaded up. Like they'll have a flyer. Everyone's gonna go to this park at this time. If your child's from like this age to that age and stuff, they'll give them a free book bag with school supplies, notebooks, pens, pencils, rulers, things that they'll need for school, glue, like little things like that, to make things easier for the parents and for them to have the things that they need. Because if you're a family on assistance or a very low income family, all those things help. There's one less thing that you have to worry about taking away from your money that can go towards something else in the house or family. So look, I wish I could show you guys. Hold on. For example, the drive, right? Like palm trees, right? And this is a great park over here, Hunter Park. We used to take the kids to. Look, that's another thing. Like this park here has a choo-choo train that they have that goes around the whole park like every Sunday. Baseball, like two playgrounds for small kids, big kids, basketball, all of that. You know what I mean? Nice park, right? Right down the way from where we used to live. So we used to bring the kids here all the time, and it's great. It's just great to have that option. So I was really seeking things out. There's a lot of trains that run throughout these parts, and it's just it's another thing that you have to get used to out here on these trains. Sometimes, of course, the homeless happen on to ride them, and there's names for the hobo with I think with an M. But There's also a lot of homeless, and you have to be careful because some of them, of course, crazy. But I found out some things, right, on Pinterest and stuff like that, and things I've actually seen out here, right. So I used to bug out because sometimes I would be whatever. I'd happen to be walking by some place, and I noticed that I'll see a pile of rocks, right. But it's just a pile of rocks, right. But it's not. It looks like some type of marker. Like if you ever been hunting or training certain things out in the woods or anything like that, or survival, right? You know that there's certain ways to leave markers. So I started looking up these rocks and these markers, right? That I see, right? People would like break the branches or make little drawings with the rocks, but it looks like no sense, right? Like no sense. So I look it up on like Pinterest or something, and the hobos have a whole freaking language that most people don't even know about. Depending on how they lay the stones, for the next hobo, the next the next homeless person or people that come by that understand it, it'll tell them a message, and it'll be like, okay, bathrooms are that way, or shelter this way, or a place to get food, right? You know, they're markers. Look it up on Pinterest, like homeless markers or hobo or you know, and you'll see that they communicate with each other to let each other know if they happen to come by. And I thought that was pretty awesome. I thought that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? They also will put up signs or things if there's danger a certain way. So that was wild to find out and see. You know. Other than that, I just wanted to get on live. Running on a couple of minutes. Almost headed home. Almost home. About to jump on the highway, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Peace and love from Easy. Uh, the Easy Life, New York to Cali. Don't forget Project 67. If you guys are working on anything, please email me. I don't care if it's something small, or just put it in the comments. Hey, I did this, that, and the other, and I'll try to read it off next time I get on. I'm sorry I haven't gone on for like a few days. I was trying to do an everyday thing. I'm gonna see if I still do that, or at least on a weekly to be consistent. I'm gonna try to build up the consistency, but I have been going through stuff, and as well as I was very sick over the weekend. I mean, like really sick, like wanted to die, kind of sick. I even called out on Monday, but other than that, love y'all, peace and love. Like Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world, or something like that. And I'm still learning how to work this thing. Oh, that's cool.